We scaled our agency to over $200,000 a month, and one of the reasons we were able to actually scale to $200,000 per month plus was simply the types of clients that we were working with. I want to break down the different types of clients that there are out there for the agency space. I want to rate them from great to okay to bad, and we've worked with hundreds of agencies over the last couple of years inside of Agency U to help them dial in their niche so that they can actually scale past that $20, $30, $40, $80,000 per month mark and build a profitable agency. A lot of people, when they're starting or scaling their agency, are not confident in the niche and who they're working with. And arguably, this is the most important part of your agency's journey, because if you work with a niche who has no money, is not scalable, and is just going to be a drag to work with, and you spend all this time innovating on your product, doing all this biz dev, to find out that this niche isn't even profitable, you're going to completely waste your time. And on the flip side, we want to make sure our niches are going to have the money, they're going to be easy to find, they're going to have pains that we can actually solve as an agency. Let's start off first with moving companies. So I would say probably bad, to be honest, mostly because a lot of these moving companies are trading time for money. Unless it's like a large moving company or like franchise almost, I don't think that it would make a lot of sense, because there's not a lot of margin in there, because they're basically billing based off of the hours of the person and probably not making too much margin. Plumbers and HVAC, I think this is a great niche for lead gen companies, for branding companies, for content companies, for SEO, because it's pretty high ticket. So the model here is like they'll install, let's call it an AC unit, costs a couple $1,000, and then where they're making a lot of their money is on the service. So what they'll do is they'll have recurring service, they'll come in and then they'll service anything that they installed. Probably an offer that would work really good for plumbers and HVAC is like the lead generation as well as content. We worked with a HVAC company and did a lot of really good content for them and helped them become more known in the city, and they got more business as a result of it. So let's go to landscaping services. So landscaping services, I would probably rank on the low end of okay, mostly because depending on the type of landscaping company, it's a lot of trading time for money. But to me, it's still like low ticket. I think if it's just like simple PPC, I think that could work. Apartments, basically people wanting to market their apartments so that more people can live there. I'm gonna put that as okay as well. We've worked with a couple apartments. I would say their big push is always going to be lease up. So when they first start the apartment buildings, they're going to want to fill it up as quickly as possible. So if you could come up with like a really good lease up offer, I think that could be good. Problem is usually it's managed by like a property management company. So it can be challenging to actually get to the decision maker and actually get to the end goal. So I'm putting it as okay, just because it's kind of hard to find these people. Travel agencies. I mean, I think it's not in a growing industry and probably easy to find and probably not that high ticket. So I'm going to put that as bad, actually. Tattoo studios, bad. It is high ticket, but it's also high time. In a lot of these studios, I mean, maybe you could do like a brand video or something like that for them. But to me, it's not something that I would spend a lot of time doing, because they're probably not going to have a lot of money unless there's some famous tattoo artists and they charge an exorbitant amount per hour and they can actually demand that for their type of service. Dentists, I'm going to put on the high end of okay. Not that easy to find. Definitely in a growing industry, definitely a lot of opportunity. If I were to go for dentists, I would go for the angle of like dental implants, because those are $15, $20, $50, $60,000 plus for that service. So people wanting a new smile. Restaurants, I'm going to put high bad-ish. Most restaurants like operate on very, very, very slim margins. The problem with that is that they're not gonna have much money to actually pay you. If I was going after restaurants, I'd be going after like restaurant groups or franchises or like multiple locations, so I could pool everything together and there could be like more to go for. Or I would go after more of like the high-end restaurants who are more high ticket, or maybe they have events, or maybe they have other things that they're promoting within the restaurant. Nail salons, bad for sure. So again, low ticket. Handyman services, again, bad. Just trading time for money. There's only so many hours that specific handyman could actually handle too, so it just doesn't make sense, and they definitely don't have money to pay for somebody to run their marketing, especially like a PPC. Let's do coaches and consultants. I'm actually gonna put this on the great section because there are so many coaches out there right now. There's so many coaches doing high ticket right now. They're easy to find. They have money. It's in a growing industry. I think it checks all the boxes. And there's a lot of really good ways to generate revenue for these coaches and make a pretty solid return. Pet groomers. So groomers, I'm going to put that on bad again. I just don't see big enough margin for it to make sense. Startups. I'm going to go okay, actually. If I were to go for startups, I would come up with like a specific startup and that would come up with a specific angle. And like maybe it's a startup who's like raised their first round of funds. They're going to be in customer acquisition mode. So if you could have an offer that's getting them the customer acquisition, that's going to be a freaking amazing angle that you could take so that they could raise more money, which is what these typical startups want to do. Massage therapists, bad. Trading time for money, not a growing industry. Swimming pool services, I'm actually going to put that as bad. Barbershops, trading time for money. It's going to be a no for me, dog. Beauty salons, trading time for money. It's going to be a no for me, dog. Music schools, interesting. I'm going to put bad. Like, I just don't think there would be enough people to target who run a business profitably and aren't trading time for money inside of their music school. Interior designers, I'm actually going to put okay here, because the interior designer space, it's like a mix of like a personal brand. So like you can have like a lot of fun with the offer, and there's a lot of people in the interior design space. So I would say it's okay because they definitely have the margin to do it. E-commerce, actually I'm going to put it as okay. The reason I'm putting it as okay, yes, they're in a growing industry. Yes, they probably have money. Yes, they're maybe easy to find, but just the marketing space for e-commerce is highly saturated. You'd have to really figure out something unique in order to actually get them there. Lawyers, I'm gonna put great for sure. Easy to find for sure. Have money probably, and are in a growing industry. I like the lawyers just because, again, it's like such a personal brand thing. They need marketing in order to get new clients, and they need actual bottom of the funnel stuff. They need PPC, they need Facebook ads. They always need to be top of mind to these people. I would say this is a great niche for sure. Catering services, bad. Commodity. Insurance agents, I'm gonna put okay, because that's gonna be personal brandy. Obviously they make their money from recurring revenue, getting customers. I would go after like high-end insurance agencies or like larger insurance agents, like a team underneath of them, because what they're doing is they're cold calling, they're calling their friends and family, they're trying to do all that sort of stuff. And I think there's probably more modern techniques on how they could actually do it. Hotels, I'm gonna put lower end of okay as well. They're really hard to get in front of. Like, who do you contact at a hotel to talk about, oh, can I drive like some new customers for you, or create some content, whatever that could be. If I'm gonna go after hotels, I'm gonna go after like hotel groups or like larger scale hotels and try to get that in there. Chiropractors, I would say also okay. And the reason I put them as okay, chiropractic is not cheap. They thrive off of quantity of customers. So they really rely on foot traffic and consistently keeping their clinic like humming and having new people coming into the clinic. So there's a lot of different like angles that you could go at. Whereas I think the chiropractors could definitely like suit this really, really freaking well from a marketing perspective. And there's a lot of people out there in the chiropractic space. And so if you can market them and help them become more known, I think you will crush for sure. Yoga studios, bad, just not high ticket. Roofers, I'm gonna put high end of okay. Growing industry, somewhat easy to find. I think that's where maybe it would be like a little bit tricky, and it's high ticket. I'm actually gonna put great. I'm gonna put lower end of great. Real estate agents, I'm gonna put high end of okay. Super easy to find. There's a ton of them. It's mostly in a growing industry depending on the time of the year, and they have money as long as you hit the right ones. I mean, we hit 7 figures with just real estate agents. If you're going after real estate agents, I'd make sure they're the right agents that you're wanting to go after. That's so high ticket. And if you can help them sell more of those houses, like your marketing is gonna pay for itself for sure. Daycare centers, I'm gonna put it as bad. They're probably already like super full. I can't imagine they have a ton of margin to actually play with. Home cleaning service, bad. Trading time for money. Event planners, trading time for money. I think I'm gonna put that as bad. And I just don't think there's enough companies, like event planner companies out there, that you would have enough to pull from. Fitness trainers, I'm gonna put low end okay. If they're online fitness trainer, maybe you can help them become an online fitness trainer and build their brand and get more clients. I'm actually gonna put that as bad. Like, it's just trading time for money. I'm gonna put that as bad. Senior living, interesting. I'm gonna put this as okay. Super high ticket. The key here, if you do want to target, is like, you're probably not targeting like 80-year-olds. You're probably targeting the parents of the 80-year-old. I think this is a very interesting niche that if you could have a really good service or an offer that would serve these people, I think it would do pretty freaking good, to be honest. Mortgage, I'm gonna put high end okay, just because high ticket, easy to find, a lot of them. Growing industry at times, like that's the same issue with the real estate agents, because the interest rates are gonna dictate how their business is doing if people are actually buying their houses. Dry cleaners, no dog. Dance studios, just low ticket. Bakeries, no. Same camp as like the restaurants. Photographers, trading time for money. Solar, dude, I'm gonna put great on this. But these solar companies seem like they're freaking crushing it financially. There's a lot of money there. They're pretty easy to find because they're trying to market their business. I would love to create a solar agency to just drive leads for solar companies, because what they're doing right now is they're knocking on doors. They're going door to door. They're trying to sell them door to door. If you could come up with an offer that would prevent that and get to the customers before the face-to-face contact, I think that'd be killer. Vet clinics, so I'm gonna put you as bad. Art galleries, no bueno. Like, I don't even know what they sell. Sales recruiters, I'm gonna put great. I love the sales recruiters. I mean, this could be a recruitment offer and just in general. So like solar company, pest control company, roofers, they all need salespeople to go sell more of their projects. And they need salespeople to go knock on doors. And the value of a salesperson for one of these companies is pretty freaking high. So to me, that's pretty high ticket. Med spas, I'm gonna go lower end of great. It is definitely high ticket. You could fill up their appointments with high-end customers, like, whoa, they would make a lot of money. Fairly easy to find, I would say, somewhat. I think that would be the challenge, is like, who do you actually contact? Is it the owners, the injectors? So that would be the only holdup, but I think there's growing industry for sure and high tickets. Car dealerships, I'm just gonna put bad because that's the only experience that I've had with car dealerships. Financial advisors, I'm gonna go bad as well. There's so many regulations with the financial advising space, but it's like once they're in, then it could work really well, but it's such like a trust game that I think just like doing a lot of like bottom of the funnel stuff wouldn't be effective. And then like if you're doing content for them, there's just so many like legal hoops that you got to jump through that I think would be a little bit challenging. Actually, I'm going to put it as okay. And then I think for an offer wise, I'd probably do something like LinkedIn outreach to set appointments to build relationships, or like cold email outreach on their behalf. I'm going to put it as good. Gyms, I'm going to put bad, just like low ticket. Florists, bad. Tutoring services, bad. Trading time for money. Home builders, I'm put okay. Super high ticket. Problem is that their client is like an architect. It's not necessarily like the customer. So I think more of like a visual branding kind of thing would be really good for home builders and fairly easy to find. And mostly in a growing industry, I think it probably in the same category as mortgage and real estate, like depending on the year. Pest control, again, okay, kind of falls in the category of plumbing, HVAC, and like could be high ticket. I think it'd probably be really good for like a PPC, probably very seasonal as well. So maybe just knowing that going into it, but I'm actually gonna put that on the low end of okay. All right, guys, this is pretty much all the niches that I could come up with. Let me know now in the comments what niches I missed, which niches should be in great that are in bad, which niches should be in okay that are great. And guys, picking your niche is just one thing, but how do you actually close deals when you do decide on your niche and you do get on a call? That's why we created this video right here. If you click on here, you will learn the sales process that's allowed us to scale to over $200,000 per month, multiple years in a row, generate multiple 7 figures. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you on the next one.